There comes a moment, silent, unassuming, when the entire axis of your life begins to turn. You may not notice it at first. It doesn't arrive with thunder. It doesn't need to. It whispers. And if your inner ear is attuned, you'll hear it clearly. Everything is already moving in your favor. The universe is not random. It breathes with intention. Each beat of its cosmic heart aligns with the rhythm of your own soul's deepest longing, not your surface desires, not the fleeting wishes, but that quiet truth beneath it all, the one you rarely voice but always feel. What if I told you that the very moment you release the illusion of control, you become a magnet for synchronicity? That the universe begins placing everything at your feet, not because you chased it, but because you finally stopped running. You became still, and in that stillness, you remembered who you are. Presence is the gateway, the portal, the field through which the unseen becomes real. When you return to the now, not the past regrets or future projections, you enter alignment. And alignment is not passive. It is the most powerful act of creation. This isn't about faith in a distant deity or abstract belief. It's about vibration, frequency, coherence. When your inner state harmonizes with the deeper order of life, reality reconfigures itself. Doors open, encounters arise, paths unfold not through effort, but through resonance. Do you feel that? The subtle hum beneath these words. It's not the sound, but the space between them. That is where transformation begins, where you begin again. You are not separate from the intelligence that births galaxies. That same power lives in you, not metaphorically, but literally. It animates your breath. It dreams through your heartbeat. And when you choose to listen deeply, it begins to guide you, not with maps, but with knowing. The shift is already happening. You are not late. You are precisely where you need to be to receive what's next. Si estas palabras ya tocaron tu alma, suscríbete al canal y comparte en los comentarios. ¿Qué vibración sientes ahora dentro de ti? Ahora, vamos a continuar. To receive what is meant for you, you must surrender, not in defeat, but in deep trust. Trust that the rhythm of life knows more than your plans, that what falls away was never truly yours, and what arrives does so with sacred timing. The ego resists this. It clings. It demands evidence, timelines, guarantees. But the soul knows how to float. Have you ever watched a leaf fall into a river? It does not swim. It does not fight. It is carried. In perfect surrender, it merges with the current and becomes part of something larger, something ancient, intelligent, unseen. You are that leaf, and the river is the field of infinite potential waiting to carry you home. The universe is not asking you to work harder. It is asking you to feel deeper, to become so attuned to your own vibration that you no longer question whether you are supported. You know it. You feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the spaces between your thoughts. Every moment of resistance is a doorway. When something triggers your fear, pause. Don't run, don't solve, feel. Let the wave rise and fall without interference. This is how the old energy leaves you. It cannot stay if you don't feed it with stories. There is a stillness beneath your thoughts, a presence that watches everything without judgment. That presence is who you truly are. And from that place, you can begin to live not reactively, but responsively, guided not by fear, but by intuition. The mind believes it must chase outcomes. But the truth is, alignment draws outcomes to you. Effort becomes grace. Movement becomes dance. This is the sacred paradox. When you stop grasping, you begin receiving. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means giving in to the deeper flow that has always been guiding you, even when you couldn't see it. Especially then, you are not being tested, you are being refined, softened, aligned with what was always meant to be yours. Not through force, but through frequency. Let go, let life. Before the universe places anything at your feet, it first whispers a question into your soul. Do you believe you are worthy of receiving it? Not intellectually, not because you say affirmations or write intentions, but in the stillest part of you, in your vibration, in your nervous system, in the echo chambers of your subconscious. Worthiness is not a concept. It is an energetic state. It's how you walk into a room, how you breathe when no one is watching, how you speak to yourself when things fall apart. The universe responds not to your words, but to your frequency. And your frequency is shaped by what you allow yourself to feel. Most people seek abundance while holding a silent shame. They speak of miracles while carrying the residue of unworthiness in their bodies, and this contradiction cancels the signal. To feel truly worthy is to come home to yourself, not because you accomplished something, not because you proved yourself, but because you exist, because the very fact of your being is evidence of your place in this cosmic dance. You are not here by accident. Let me tell you a truth that your soul already knows. You do not have to earn love, guidance, or support from the universe. You are the embodiment of that love. You are a channel for that support. And the moment you believe otherwise, you cut yourself off from your own source. When you walk in your truth, when you feel deserving of peace, joy, clarity, not because you did something, but simply because you are, the universe rushes in, not as a reward, but as a reflection. Practice this. Sit in silence and breathe in the feeling of, I am enough. Let it spread through your chest, your spine, your fingertips. Stay there, even when the mind resists, especially then. Each time you choose to feel worthy, you tune your frequency to receptivity, and what is meant for you begins to recognize you. It moves toward you, effortlessly, naturally, because you finally stopped pushing it away. You were never waiting on the universe. It was waiting on you. Intention is not a wish. It is not a hopeful thought cast into the void. It is geometry, energetic architecture woven from clarity, presence, and alignment. When you set a true intention, you are not asking the universe to act. You are activating the blueprint that already exists within the quantum field, waiting for your coherence to make it visible. But intention without embodiment is like lightning without ground. It sparks, but it cannot transform. To live in intention is to become what you are calling in, not someday, not if the conditions are right. Now, you become the frequency of what you seek. Ask yourself, are you vibrating as the version of yourself who already walks with what you desire? Or are you projecting it into a future that never arrives? This is the secret. Time is malleable, and the field responds to being. When your intention lives not only in your thoughts but in your breath, your posture, your actions, then the matrix of reality shifts. Most people confuse craving with intention. Craving is lack trying to disguise itself as desire. It is born from emptiness, from the illusion of separation. But true intention emerges from fullness, from the knowing that what you seek is not outside you, but waiting to be mirrored in form. When you drop into stillness and feel the intention rise from your core, not from fear, but from remembrance, you engage the sacred technology of creation. Feel it now. Close your eyes and name the thing you long for, but don't chase it. Become it. Let the feeling of already having it rise within you, as if it were memory instead of fantasy. Let your cells rehearse the vibration. Let your breath become the signature of its arrival. This is not imagination. It is frequency tuning. You are instructing the quantum field with your being. And the field does not argue, it echoes. So set your intention not with effort, but with reverence. Align your inner state with its fulfillment. And then, let go. For the geometry is now alive within you, unfolding in dimensions the eye cannot see, but the soul can already feel. Gratitude is not a reaction. It is an alchemical tool. Most express it after the gift has arrived, but the awakened soul knows gratitude is what summons the gift. It bends reality. It weaves timelines. It invites the improbable into the possible. To feel grateful before the evidence appears is to declare your trust in the unseen. It is to say, I remember who I am. I remember the intelligence that holds me. And in that remembrance, you shift from longing to receiving, from resistance to surrender. The universe does not respond to need. It responds to wholeness. Gratitude is the vibration of that wholeness made manifest in your field. It says, I am already full. I am already supported. I am already in communion with all that is unfolding. Do not wait for life to be perfect before you feel it. Do not wait for clarity, for answers, for arrivals. Begin now. Let your gratitude be irrational. Let it be wild. Thank the air for entering your lungs. Thank the unknown for its sacred curriculum. Thank your heartbreak for what it revealed. Each act of gratitude creates coherence in your nervous system, softening the fear response, inviting safety into your cells. And where there is safety, there is openness. And where there is openness, energy flows, life flows, possibility blooms. You are not here to control every outcome. You are here to become a vessel through which grace can move freely. Gratitude opens that vessel. It dissolves the illusion of separation. It reminds you nothing is missing. Try it now. Thank life for something that has not yet arrived. Let your heart swell with the certainty that it's already making its way toward you, not because you begged for it, but because you matched its frequency with your trust. Gratitude is not passive. It is a radical act of creation. The more you embody it, the more the universe mirrors it back. Not once, not occasionally, but continuously, because your field has become a reflection of abundance itself. And so you no longer chase miracles. You walk with them. In a world addicted to noise, silence becomes a portal. It is not empty. It is full, alive, pregnant with truths that words cannot carry. When you enter silence consciously, you do not escape the world. You enter the part of you that was never touched by it. The universe speaks through silence, not as a voice, but as presence. You have felt it before, in the pause between thoughts, in the breath that lingers before sleep, in the quiet moments that feel infinite. That is not emptiness. That is Source reminding you. You are not the noise. You are the space it moves through. Most people fear silence because it reveals. It shows you what is real beneath the roles, beneath the masks. It strips away the illusion of separation and brings you face to face with your essence. And that is where all transformation begins. Sit with silence, not as a chore, but as a reunion. Let your awareness drop below the stream of thinking, beneath identity, beneath labels. Enter the stillness with nothing to achieve and everything to remember. It is in silence that guidance becomes clear, not shouted but felt, like a breeze shifting direction, like a knowing that needs no explanation. This is how the universe places what you need at your feet, not through force, but through the subtle architecture of resonance. We are trained to look outward for answers, but the true teacher, the true navigator, lives in the silence within. That is where intuition sharpens. That is where the frequency of your next step rises, not as a command, but as a soft inner pull. Make silence your temple, not once a week, but daily, even if only for a few minutes. Let it wash through you, clearing the static, refining your energy, realigning you with the deep intelligence of the now. There is a point in meditation, in solitude, where you stop listening and begin becoming. That is the crossing point, the shift, where time dissolves, where you no longer seek the universe, because you are it. In the end, silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of everything real. You are not lost, you are being led through terrain the mind cannot map. Trust is not knowing where you're going, it's knowing you're not walking alone. The universe is not late, it is precise. It moves in spirals, not straight lines, and what looks like delay is often divine orchestration, unfolding in silence. When life rearranges without your consent, when doors close, when plans dissolve, pause. Don't interpret it as punishment. Interpret it as alignment. You asked for expansion, and now the old shell is cracking. That's what growth feels like from the inside: uncertainty, unraveling, release. Trust begins where your control ends. You are not meant to see the entire path. You are meant to hold the frequency of where you're headed, even in the dark. The next step reveals itself not when you panic, but when you soften. Guidance does not scream. It whispers through your openness. Think of the caterpillar. In the cocoon, it dissolves entirely before becoming the butterfly. No wings are formed without surrendering the former self. You are in your cocoon now, and that stillness, that unknowing, is sacred. Do not rush it. When you trust the invisible, you become magnetic. Not because you're doing everything right, but because you're no longer resisting the flow. You are attuning to the greater intelligence that moves the stars, grows the trees, and breathes through you. Feel this truth in your body. Nothing real is ever lost. Only illusions fade. What is truly yours, your path, your gifts, your soul family, will arrive when you no longer try to control the arrival. Trust makes space for the timing to unfold. Repeat to yourself in moments of doubt, I am being guided even when I do not understand. I choose presence over panic. I choose surrender over struggle. The path is not separate from you. It is emerging through you. And when you walk with trust, the path forms beneath your feet with each sacred step. There is no mistake in your journey. Every pause, every twist, every unanswered prayer is part of the choreography. Trust that you are exactly where the universe needs you to be. You are not a separate observer of the universe. You are its living mirror. What you see, what you attract, what you experience, is not outside of you. It is projected from the field you carry within. The quantum realm responds not to what you want, but to what you are. To change your life, you must first change your inner frequency. This is not metaphor, it is physics. Every thought emits a wave, every emotion radiates a signal, and that signal shapes the invisible grid of possibility that surrounds you. You are either collapsing probability into limitation or into liberation, moment by moment, breath by breath. The field does not respond to begging or wishing, it responds to coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align, you create a magnetic field strong enough to reorder reality. This is not magic, it is resonance. You are already creating. The question is, are you creating from fear or from presence? From doubt or from wholeness? The energy behind your desire is the true request. If you seek from lack, lack is what echoes back. Pause, tune in. What are you vibrating right now? Becoming a mirror of the quantum field means choosing alignment over urgency, integrity over impulse, stillness over scattered seeking. It means feeling as if the reality you desire already lives inside you and holding that frequency with devotion. When you walk with this energy, reality cannot help but rearrange. The right people appear, opportunities unfold, not because you chase them, but because you became a vibrational match. This is the silent language of creation. Every day ask yourself, what signal am I sending into the field? And if it is not the one aligned with your deepest truth, pause, breathe, recenter. You are not stuck, you are only temporarily out of tune. You are more than a body, more than a story. You are a transmitter of infinite possibility, and the universe is not separate from you. It is responding to the song you sing in silence. Change your song and the whole symphony shifts. There is a moment, quiet yet undeniable, when all you've been aligning with begins to crystallize, not because you forced it, not because you earned it, but because you became it. The universe does not give to you, it reflects you. You were never chasing a future, you were remembering your frequency. Everything you've longed for, peace, clarity, purpose, love, was never outside of you. It was waiting for your vibration to reach the threshold where it could reveal itself. The moment you stopped striving and started embodying, the shift began. And now, it arrives, not dramatically, but intimately. It comes through a conversation, a thought, a silence that lands deeper than usual. The sign, the path, the person, the opportunity, all of it unfolding like a puzzle clicking into place, not because it was sent, but because it was unlocked. You did not manifest this through effort. You manifested it through remembrance, through trust, through vibration. And now, as it stands at your feet, the question is, can you receive it fully? Receiving is an art. It requires softening, slowing down, being present enough to recognize that what you asked for is here, not in its final form, but in its first invitation. The universe speaks in seeds, not conclusions. Say yes. Say yes even if your mind doubts, even if your old self wants to sabotage, even if the new version of you feels unfamiliar. Say yes to the frequency, to the unfolding, to the mysterious grace that surrounds you now. You are not the same person who began this path. You are lighter, quieter, more attuned, and what arrives now is a match to that version of you. So open your hands, open your heart, let it in, not with expectation, but with reverence. The universe has always been on your side. It was never testing you, it was tuning you. And now, as you stand on this threshold, know this. The next chapter is not about seeking, it's about allowing, about letting life place everything at your feet, not as a prize, but as a reflection of who you've become. You are ready. You always were.